Hello everyone. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Hello, good evening. Buonasera. Hello, are you there? Are you connected? Let's see. Perfect video. Oh, good Erin. Good afternoon, dear friends. How are you? Hello, hello, hello. It's Raffaele here with you. Ciao. Nice, nice, nice. How is the quality of video and the sound? Let's check. Let's have a double because it's my first time using Streamlabs. Streamlabs, I think. Yeah, it's called. And it will be nice to have your feedback. My first YouTube. Oh, good, good, Janice. Okay, okay, dear family. Good quality audio, video. That is great. Yes, so good. Welcome to my walking tour of Naples. Hopefully, we will have many other friends joining today. Hello, Loredana, my friend from Luxembourg. Hello, all the friends from Luxembourg and friends from all over the world. Welcome to Naples Monumental District. It's a beautiful day. It's a lovely sunny day, even if it's a little bit windy, but it's not really cold. I am under the feet of a beautiful, beautiful building that I'm gonna show you in a few seconds. I wanna give just the chance to all of the friends joining the tour. So this is my first tour with the Streamlabs. So please be kind with me. But I think at the moment it's all working perfectly. It's about 6:35 Italian time here in Naples. The weather is again pretty amazing. Salve a tutti. And now, are we ready for a walking tour? Are we all of us ready? I think so. I think so. Raffaele is here from my beautiful city Naples. And look where I am. So dear family, welcome to the tour of Naples. This is the first tour after the Hego closed. So it's the new era. It's a new era. Face red, heart shape. Good, good, Corinne. So dear family, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, 3, 2, 1. It's a fake go. Okay. Flip the camera. Here we are. All right. Hello. Look what a beautiful building we have on our screen right now. It's a real monumental. No, I call the name of this tour the Monumental District. Naples is a city which is one of the oldest of the Western world, and has a lot of different monuments. We have the historical center of Naples. It's all narrow streets, very small squares, but a lot of enriched Baroque churches or Gothic buildings. But now we are to completely another part of the city, the so-called seaside or the Plebiscito square area that guides like me we call the Monumental District of Naples. The reason are the huge mall, the huge shape of the buildings and the palaces that we have all around here. So, first of all, Napoli, I was telling you, is one of the oldest city in the Western world. It's true. But what does it mean, the word Napoli? Or Naples in English, but I prefer Napoli because that is the real name, no? I mean, Napoli literally means the new city. From the Greek language, the new city, Neapolis. Napoli was founded actually around 8th century before Christ, not as a Neapolis but as a Partenope. Later on, other Greeks founded the new city, and that's why they called the new city, Neapolis. But the place where we are now, we are at the feet of one of the most beautiful and fascinating medieval castle of all the Europe. It's called by the tradition Maschio Angioino, but it's completely wrong since it's not a mast and it's not an Angevin castle. Angevin, the Anjou, were the French kings who ruled Naples from the 1200, at the end of the 1200 till the 1440s, when the first Spanish king of Naples, Alfonso d'Aragona, took the power, won, and literally renovated completely the whole castle that we can see now in the shape of a Renaissance castle with the 5 towers and this beautiful Renaissance arch in the middle that we can see now in our screen. Everything in Napoli is telling different stories. Wherever you go, you have myths, legends, history, archaeology. That's why it's a city that gave a lot of inspiration for travelers for the Grand Tour during the 1700s, but even now it's one of the most booked cities of all Italy and Europe. Especially this week, which is yesterday was the Liberation Day in Italy. Napoli is completely sold out. There are no B&B, no hotels, no rooms available. The reason is the amazing beauty that we can still enjoy now. Most of the city is made with the volcanic stones. As you can see now, this black stone, it's a piperno, which is a very strong stone. The roads are made of basalt, but the typical color of Napoli that many artists later on from the 1600s used with a particular name called the giallo napoletano. Neapolitan yellow is the tuffo stone, the tuff. So Napoli, it's made with the same material that our volcano, the Mount Vesuvius, literally buried for centuries with ash. Many areas, many parts of the region. Pompeii is one of the most famous sites covered with the Mount Vesuvius eruption 79 AD, but even the city of Napoli suffered a lot of this incredible shape, the volcano, which is still active. And now what you can see in this screen with this big hole is a huge building site where you can see the containers. When you see now the containers, one time, especially during the Middle Age, they were all there was all water, because the coast of Napoli now is about 400 meters from where we are. From the 1200, the sea arrived right at the feet of the castle. So where now I am standing, this was a bridge that actually the king or the soldiers, they could open and close. It's phenomenal. The net, it's because they started recently a beautiful restoration of this 600 years old arch. It's one of the tallest Renaissance arch of all over the world. And it's showing us now the great story of Alfonso d'Aragona, the king of Napoli, that actually came into Naples in the 1443 as the new king of this huge capital of a kingdom that was ruling from Campania region till the south, which is Sicily. So actually that it's the story that you can see there of the King Alfonso on his chariot with horses going into the city, while on top of up to the second arch we have the statues of Saint Michael, San Michele Arcangelo, Saint Michael Archangel, which is the patron saint of the knights and the southern Italy. There are a lot of sanctuaries of St. Michael dedicated to the Archangel, actually, in Puglia, Basilicata, and some of them also in Campania region. Since this was the royal family home of Naples and later changed to a castle to defend, because when the taste of the royal family was too vintage, let's say, to live in a castle because it was cold, big rooms, and then when Napoli started to be a city that you don't have to defend anymore from any attack since it was an open city, the royal family moved from the 1700, from the castle that we can see here, to the other beautiful building, the royal palace that you can see now into the screen. It's a different kind of concept of life. In the Middle Age and during the till the 16th century, people lived in castles. Later on, when there was not anymore the danger, the problem of people jumping into the city, like was in the past, actually they started to live in a more comfortable buildings with a lot of rooms, windows, but human sites. So that is basically the royal palace that has been used as the headquarters for the kings of Napoli and the queens, prince, till the unification of Italy that happened in 1861. And then this one here is the old style. So we have in one corner of Napoli the two face of the same medal, the royal family home, but this is the old style, the castle, and that it's the royal palace. Both built on the same line, both built on the sea, with the access to the port in case the royal family have to escape. What do you prefer, the royal palace or this castle? Well, medieval is not probably correct, but it's a 1400 castle. What do you prefer, the royal palace or this huge, gigantic building? Let's ask our friend joining the tour. Thank you for joining my my live walking tour. That is an amazing castle, Katie. Place of comfort. Honestly, I am a person of a castle. I prefer castle, and if I would like to have a time machine, I would like to live in a building like this. Imagine the view that you could get from the top of the tower. Today it's open. I'm sorry if in the sound there is a little bit of wind, but I'm close to the coast. Actually, this is for a lot of parties, it's true. But this building now it's used as a museum. It's called the Museo Civico di Napoli. And then also some rooms used for civil weddings, and then some meeting for the mayor of Napoli. So the whole area where now we are is really beautiful. Look at the sunset behind the building, how great they are. All the buildings now that you can see on the screen were built around the end of the 18th century and the beginning of the 19th century. Some others, like the Galleria Umberto, that you will see very soon, it was from the 1887. So we are in that range of centuries. Nothing is, apart the castle, it's younger than the 1700. I want to go closer to the gate of this castle, and then we will move from here. Another very interesting fact is that when this place was surrounded by soldiers, they had like a sort of a bow to move up and down and right and left. That's why the shape, it's all crosses. Cross there, and there's another cross on the other side. So there were soldiers that they could defend, running above all the beautiful walls around here, and they could check up and down with the bow, left and right. There you are. There was also an incredible story, the story that one of the Queen of Naples, Giovanna, that she had a lot of lovers. She did a lot of parties in this castle. The night after she stayed with her lovers, she killed them, sending through a hidden tunnel under the castle where was a crocodile from the river Nile. Wow, what amazing story, cruel story actually. Someone said that during the excavations for the metro of Napoli they found the bones of a crocodile, but I'm pretty sure it's just a legend, but it's a nice legend. Just in front of the castle you can see another beautiful building above the hills. Why she killed them? Because she was the queen. If she had a lot of lovers, she was in trouble for the heritage. So better to destroy any kind of proof. And that is the beautiful entrance of the castle. No, you can see there. It's nice. Buonasera. That is the original door. That's still an incredible wise queen. That is an incredible, ciao, this is me. That's an incredible shape of a ball that during a siege of the castle with the cannons they shot through the gates. It's very beautiful because you can see also the great inlays, carved wood and metal around here, and that it's the view of the castle into the story of this door. I think it's really special. I think it's beautiful this door because it's a proof of history. All of the style that you can see that here is typical of the Renaissance, since the door and the castle was reconstructed by Alfonso d'Aragona, and it's called grotesque style. Grotesque style. That is the symbol of the king and his soldiers, and that's his other battle to this other side. Wow, what a beautiful work. That's supposed to be the city of a view of a city from outside, because those are all different stories of fights happening in different parts of the kingdom, not just in Naples, I make sure. But this is an important proof to see how was also the way how the soldier used to wear the armors, or what kind of a chariot, or what animal they had. I'm sorry for the shadow that is here, but it's a very, very beautiful things to see. Yes, it's a beautiful detail. That is another great view with the sun. Look at that. It's nice. Let's move from here. That is the dome of the Galleria Umberto, family. I think you will see now an amazing, amazing building. Good. How is going the tour? Is the quality video great? Is the sound good? I think so. Yeah, there's a little bit of wind that is moving my gimbal and my phone. It's not my fault if it looks a little bit unstable. But that it's the problem of the wind nearby here. Yeah. So let's move from this other side. Actually, there's also a lot of work for the metro. Naples is working a lot for the metro station. That's why when they did the excavations for the metro, they found a lot of archaeological sites, especially the place where we are. Yeah, just a moment, I want to try to move a little bit my phone in the middle here, because the wind is making some issues. Just a moment, friends. I'm with you. If you see some movement, please forgive me. Okay, I think now is better. Because there was a lot of thank you for reminding. If you will subscribe to my channel and put a like, so I will increase the number of the followers. You can activate the notifications with the bell, so you will be notified when I'm adding new tours. I already have all the calendar for May, so you can join, you can follow me. And if you like to send any donations, in the descriptions of this tour you will find 2 links for a buy me a coffee or whatever you want. Thank you. So this info, now let's do our tour. I'm crossing the roads and I'm walking now towards the entrance of the garden of the royal palace. Naples is a city with 1 million of people living, with the highest density of population of Europe. There are so many people living in a very small space. That's why it feels that there are cars and scooters everywhere. Since there is not so much space to travel, to park around, most of the people are using scooters. So I'm safe and sound now. I crossed the roads and I am just nearby the gate of what it was in the past, the entrance to the royal garden, the royal palace, with these 2 beautiful bronze horses, a gift of the Tsar of Russia, Nicola, to the King of Naples, Ferdinando II, as a sort of a connection of friendship that the Kingdom of Naples, called the Kingdom of the 2 Sicilies, had with St. Petersburg. So that's Naples. In terms of importance, was a capital like was London, Paris, St. Petersburg, Berlin. So Napoli really has been in the middle of the trade, the commerce, cultural roots of the Europe for centuries. Look how beautiful is the view that you can get from this big metal gate. That is the roof of the royal palace. Now the focus will be gone, will be okay, and you can see what was the place where the queen and the king started to enter into the royal garden from the seaside area. Thank you for all of the guests helping me to increase my channel. I think it's amazing. We are a family, no? I say always. I think it's also nice to see the beautiful little athlete taking the horse. And that's its description, remembering this story. Ferdinando II, the king of the 2 Sicilies, and Nicola, Tsar of Russia, Romanov, the Romanov and the Bourbons. The Bourbon was the surname of the family that ruled Naples from the 1734 till Garibaldi in the 1816. So Napoli had so many different kingdoms, so many different kings. That's why Napoli is one of the most international cities in the world. Since we had a Greek foundation, that's why there are a lot of Greek influences in many aspects of our life. Then has been the port of the Roman Empire. Don't forget that the last Roman emperor, Romolo Augustolo, was imprisoned here in Naples. And then at the end of the empire, Napoli was part of the Byzantine. So was in between what remained of the Western Roman Empire and the Byzantine, so the Eastern world. Now there are some buses because there are tourists. Napoli is a very touristic place. So we have also some school kids coming from the end of a tour, actually. That is the site of the Royal Palace. Thank you, Janis. That's the side of the Royal Palace, and a little bit of the Mount Vesuvius from this other side. You see there. Just a moment, I want to move the camera from here. There are too many kids. Just a second. And that's actually the problem that we have on these days, with a lot of people walking to the streets. And don't forget that Napoli is also the city where the soccer, the football, the sport is another religion, and we are going to win our championship. Hopefully next week will be the last match where we can and then it will be a big party all over the city. Wow, very, very, very busy city. And now, leaving from the castle where we were before, we are now reaching the entrance of the oldest opera house still active in all over the world. You like the castle better, but don't worry, because now what you will see now, it's spectacular. So the castle was where we started. Then now we are walking towards the entrance of the Royal Palace, so you'll see also Plebiscito Square. But first, this building, this white and grey building here, that is the side of the first and the oldest still active opera house ever built, the Theatre St. Charles, Teatro San Carlo. The name of my team is called Napoli for sure. Napoli will win after Maradona, imagine. So 33 years ago was the last time that we won our championship. So for Napoli is a big event, and the city is completely blue and white, because the color of our team is blue and white, flags everywhere. So, but coming back to our tour, in terms of history, the building, well, not because the soccer is not history, I make sure, but we are now at the feet of this important building, the Theatre St. Charles, Teatro San Carlo. When Mozart, the famous Mozart, Amadeus, came to visit Naples with his father, he said, "How would you like to be famous? One concert in Naples, in this theater, because it means 7 in Germany." Wow! Imagine how famous and the reputation of Napoli back then, how important it was. In front of the entrance of the Theatre St. Charles, Teatro San Carlo, opened in the 1737 under the King Charles the Bourbon, we have this other beautiful building, which is the Galleria Umberto. One of the first buildings of Napoli with the so-called Liberty style or Art Nouveau. And the only place in Italy with a Café Chantan. Imagine how important is this place for our city. So that is the entrance under the porticos of the Theatre St. Charles. Look at that. So we are briefing history, family. This is history for centuries. We have also some pictures of the Theatre St. Charles from inside, so you can see why Forbes declared this theatre the most beautiful of the world. Teatro San Carlo, Theatre St. Charles, 1737, still open, still active. Look at that. And when you are on a beautiful opera, beautiful gala here, dressed up with a tie or like a smoking, and then you go out for a dinner, it's what you can get, what you can see. The entrance of the Galleria Umberto I. There is another one like this in Italy, but it's in Milan, only Milan and Naples, built almost in the same decades at the end of the 19th century, but this one here is monumental. Also the shape outside with these ups and the beautiful columns, remembering a lot part of the new discoveries appearing from the ash of the Mount Vesuvius, and some symbols of the new technology up over there. And on the other side we have the commerce with the god Hermes Mercury. So Napoli, a city of sea, a city of port, a city of technology, and a city that connected the whole world. Yes, it's possible to book the Opera House tickets, but it's better to book in advance if you can, if you know, because usually they are running out very, very, very fast. It's a beautiful building, isn't it? It's a very, very beautiful building. But also the facade of the Royal Theatre is beautiful, honestly. Because if this one here, made of stucco, marble, stunning and spectacular, it's part of the building of the 1887 open. If I cross the road carefully, otherwise cars, no, I will show you also the facade of the Theatre St. Charles. Hello, thank you, Forza Napoli. Let's cross the road, dear family. Are you enjoying the tour? Ciao Loredana, my friend from Luxembourg. That is the Galleria. Amazing. Look at this, family. This is spectacular. This is Naples. We will be inside the Galleria from another tour, so I don't want to spoil so much about this beautiful place, but I'm giving you a sample, so you can follow my channel and you can be with me to listen all the secrets, the hidden symbols of this place when we go live again from here. Remember to subscribe to my channel, to put a like, and if you can leave any donation, you can find all the links into the descriptions of my tour. Now we don't make buildings like this anymore, but look at the ceiling. Dear family, look at the ceiling. So I will tell you next time all about the secrets of this place and the hidden symbols. But that I wanted to show you from here, the facade of the Theatre St. Charles. Look at that. That is the stunning neoclassical facade of the theatre. I want to go far so you can see better. That is the whole Theatre St. Charles entrance with the Ionic style columns at the second floor. The Serene Partenope, the symbol of Naples, on top there with two crowns. One is the crown for the king and one is the crown for the artist. Real Teatro di San Carlo. And then some reliefs made of stucco just below the columns. That is another reminder to the famous names like Euripide or like Homer, and then the heads of Medusa as decorations for the small windows above the three arches. So I'm describing everything we can see. It's also very easy to move around in Naples since we have buses, since we have taxis. This is a big taxi stable here, and also the metro station that it's very extended where it's working right now. There are a lot of workings for the city. Whenever you see something orange like this, is because they are renovating some of the public spaces. But let's go now to the great Plebiscito Square. Plebiscito Square, it's one of the largest square of all Italy. If we remove the Vatican States and the St. Peter Square, the Plebiscito Square is one of the largest of Italy as a nation. I want to find a place to cross. And yes, dear family, Napoli is not just a place for pizza, mandolino, gelato, coffee, but Napoli is a city full of culture, full of beauty. That is another picture of the Theatre St. Charles inside. Sorry. And that it's the view of the Galleria Umberto from this other perspective. So, Theatre St. Charles, yes, called Teatro San Carlo. That is the proper name, St. Charles, because in English, but the name, make sure, is Teatro di San Carlo, because it was open on the 4th of November, which is St. Charles' name's day, because the king who paid for this building was the King Carlo, the King Charles of Bourbon. I know that is a very big problem when you are in Naples. You look up, but you don't see where you walk. It's a big issue. Don't worry, it happened to me as well. You will be here in 2 weeks, Giulia. That's amazing new. That's great. So don't miss, please, to have a nice walk around the Galleria Umberto. And if you can find a ticket also for the theater, because the theater you can also visit just as a monument. You don't have just to go there for a performance. Make sure there are a lot of tours in the morning, in the afternoon, also in different languages, which is something very nice to do. So now they are restoring, they are renovating with the scaffoldings a part of the Royal Palace. Even if the Royal Palace it's a beautiful monument, it deserves a nice wash of face, because under the rain, the pollution, so actually it's an important action to do. The Royal Palace of Naples today is a museum, is part of the National Library, and one portion is also offices dedicated to the government in terms of offices connected with the heritage of the city. And that beautiful building in front of us, that is the Basilica of San Francesco di Paola in Plebiscito Square. No, the theater was built in the 1737. The Galleria was built in the 1887. So they are two totally different type of buildings. And right here, where now I am, there is a little square called the Piazzetta, well, Piazza Trieste Trento, with the fountain in the middle there. What do you think is the fountain in the middle there? What do you think is represented? With that beautiful Baroque church on the back, called the Church of San Ferdinando, but also called the Church of Artists. The fountain in the middle, what do you think it's representing? No, Mozart wanted to perform, and he said, how would you like to be famous for one concert in Naples, because it means 7 in Germany. So anyway, no one is answering, no problem, I'm telling you. So the thing in the middle of the fountain is supposed to be a tulip, but it remains an artichoke. And this little square, Piazza Trieste Trento, is the head, the beginning of the so-called Toledo streets. In front of us now there is one of the oldest bar of Napoli, the Caffè Gambrinus, from the 1860, and that is the streets where the pizza margherita was born. That is Via Chiaia, and this is where the pizza margherita was born in the 1889. Along an hour tour that we will do soon during the month of May, we are gonna visit also this part of the city. That will be Via Chiaia, but let's go now, dear family, in the middle of Plebiscito Square. Wow! You will enjoy one of the most beautiful sunsets of Italy today. Look how many people. There's a lot of life. There is a lot of life in Naples, since it's a beautiful place, and a lot of travelers, locals, are enjoying the great weather that we are. It's stunning. Look at the Plebiscito. So Plebiscito, the plebiscite, that is the translation of the square. In the middle there, we have an amazing building, which is a mix of 2 other famous monuments in Rome. One is the St. Peter's Basilica, and one is the Pantheon. The facade is very classic, that's why this is called neoclassical style. The Basilica of San Francesco di Paola is one of the best examples in Italy of this so-called neoclassical style. When it was built was in a time that was really important, the monumental buildings like this, because the king who paid for it was Ferdinando IV, or Ferdinando I of the 2 Sicilies, so-called. When Napoleon was defeated, he wanted to honor the saint San Francesco di Paola with a beautiful church like this, like a sort of a ex voto. So actually, he committed this to northern Italian, almost nearby Switzerland architect, Bianchi, and then he designed this beautiful place where now we can see. I'm in the middle of the square with the statues of the King Ferdinando and the King Charles, both of the Bourbon House, with this boy playing a ball. It looks like a movie, but actually this is Naples and its life. Look how spectacular is the sun at this time of the day. We are literally writing the history of Napoli together. And the coast, that's why it was so windy, is right at the end of the square, where you can still see some of the mountains of the Sorrento Peninsula and the facade of the stunning Royal Palace. Look at this, family. This is the Royal Palace of Naples, with kissed by the sun. There are not so many royal palaces still intact into the world. You need to go to El Prado in Madrid, the Buckingham Palace, but how many others so preserved like this you can see? The best time is this, April, May. The best time is September, October. June is fine, but July, August, it's so crowded and it's so hot. So all of the statues that you can see above there, under the arches, those are all the different kings. The kings who ruled Naples for centuries. Next month, I uploaded another tour live on my YouTube channel, which is called the Napoli Royal Palace and the Gardens. We are gonna explore closer each statues of the different kings, talking about them, and then we will go inside the so-called romantic gardens. So I'm going closer to the entrance of the basilica. That is the dome of the Galleria Umberto that we have seen before. A lot of kids are playing balls, football, or with the bikes around here. Napoli is a safe place. I mean, many people are talking about the bad reputation of the city. Most of them have never been here before, just hearing something on a Facebook group or on a maybe a couple of hours travelers that posted on a YouTube video about the city, talking about the stereotypes. But Napoli is more. Napoli is this. Napoli is it's a capital. That is another great view. With the facade, the descriptions on top, Francesco di Paola, the dome around there, and the complete now view around the square with this beautiful blue sky and the entrance to the Royal Palace right here. Yes. So dear friends, again, if you would like to leave any help to my mission, you can see the link into the descriptions. You can have buy me a coffee or other links. So remember please to like the tour. I will post it so you can watch it later as well. Remember to subscribe to the channel and to activate the bell for the notifications. Thank you. That is the Mount Vesuvius, the only portion of this part of the city. Well, if you go to the seaside, you can see the volcano all the time. But if you are in the historical center, it's really hard to find the Mount Vesuvius. You need to go up of a roof. But the only part that you can see the Mount Vesuvius from here where we are is this corner. It's spectacular. That is the volcano. This building now is part of the army, and is another one similar, built with the same style, just in front, both built under the time of Gioacchino Murat, because Naples had also part of the Napoleon Empire with his brother-in-law Gioacchino Murat as a king of Napoli for nearly 10 years. Yes, they do events, they do festivals, they do like concerts at the end of the year. They do a lot of public speech for important artists, so is a very big square. Well, this have to be a big square because this is the only square that was in front of the royal palace. That is the royal balcony where the king have to go outside saying hello to the troops, to the people. So this is the symbol of Naples. So basically, I don't know if you can take a picture, a postcard or a screenshot, but this is one of the most beautiful things to see in Napoli. The facade complete of the royal palace that first was born as a Palazzo Vicereale in the 1600. The architect was Domenico Fontana, a really important archistar of that time, but then has been renovated several times. One of the architects who worked here as well was Luigi Van Vitelli. Luigi Van Vitelli was the architect of the Royal Palace of Caserta, just to know. Honestly, it's not big like the Royal Palace of Caserta, but inside this building, it's stunning. It's full of tapestry, still made of silk. The original ceiling, still painted by famous artists like Corenzio, or the little neoclassic salon. How do you buy me a coffee? Glenda, you can see a link inside the description. So, dear family, I think that I want to show you now. First, the king who actually paid for the basilica, the king over there, Ferdinando. How beautiful is! Imagine this sculpture was made by Antonio Canova, or drawn by Antonio Canova, but still part of his studio. And in front over there we have the King Charles Carlo di Borbone to the other side. So father and son. One who started the dynasty of the Bourbon here with a name from the 1734, and another one who started another dynasty with the kingdom of the Two Sicilies. So we are literally talking of the history of Europe, not just Naples, because these gentlemen with this son, they had great connections with Horatio Nelson, William Hamilton, with Great Britain, with France, with Russia, with the Sultan of Turkey. So Napoli, a city that had no trouble with other countries, but only friendship. What are the colonnades on either side? The colonnades are nothing, just a colonnades. It's ornamental, where in the past there were little shops. Now there are still some bookshops, restaurants and bars. It's just an ornamental thing, and now you can see a lot of these kids playing football. The so-called scugnizi napoletani, that is the word that we say for the kids playing in the streets without a t-shirt. How many other places in the world you can still see young kids playing without any worry that someone can do something wrong? This is Napoli, and people are just complaining most of the time because of the graffiti, but it's a city safe, honestly. Naples has been, but Genova, comparing Napoli, is way younger, and then Napoli is larger. The port of Napoli then is right in the middle of Italy. So, dear family, I'm back here with you. Thank you for all of the time that you that you did. I'm gonna turn to your side. So I'm Raffaele from Napoli, your archaeologist, your official guides. Remember, wherever you go in Italy, to hire official guides. Doesn't mean a virtual or in real life, but it's important because we do exams. We are literally fighting against the illegal profession. So please make sure to hire always real guides wherever you are in the world. This is really important. So really thank you for all of your time. I don't know if the quality and the audio video is okay. I hope so. I will check it out later. I will upload in a couple of hours, so please give me the time to go home to eat a pizza, and then I will upload it. Again, if you would like to leave a donation, a coffee, you can find the link into the descriptions, or a PayPal donation, easy. You can send in any currency you want. Oh, look at this. This is also the bell. And then remember to follow the channel. I will be live next week from Pompeii. I will do tours from Sorrento, so we will see and we will discover incredible things. Make sure to follow, so we will be live for other amazing adventures with Raffaele, your archaeologist. So again, dear family, I'm happy that I did my first Streamlab tube, and I think it's working pretty well. It's very stable and I'm happy about it. So we found another great solution to discover the world virtually, you see? Never say never. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Loredana. Thank you, dear friends. Thank you all over the world, wherever you are. I wish you an amazing evening, a super weekend, and please, again, activate the bell to my channel, follow it, otherwise I cannot stream. I need to have some numbers and watching hours to have a full activated account. Thank you. It's a little bit windy now. And I hope to see you very, very soon. Ciao a tutti, thank you for your time. Grazie mille. Stay safe. Ciao amici. Ciao. Let's close it. Ciao.